Yesterday, let's just review quickly what we talked about yesterday. One of the big things we talked about yesterday was finding the sum of the angles of a polygon, right? And we had a little formula for that. This formula definitely should be memorized. So if you had a polygon, let's make up one. Don't do a real big crazy one, but just give me a decent sized polygon that we can find. What is it? Hexagon, 6 sides. Okay, that's pretty. Let's make it a little more difficult than that. Just give me a number of sides. 9. Okay, so 9 sides. Let's say we had 9 sides. Somebody have a calculator ready to punch some numbers in? Okay. Let's say we had 9 sides. We want to find the sum of the angles of this polygon. So what's the formula? Tell you what, let's write the formula with n. How do we write it with n? n minus 2 times 180, okay? So that's how we find the sum of the angles of the polygon. So if we have 9, what is it? It's 9 minus 2. I know you could probably do that in your head, but we're going to write it down anyway. Times 180. So that's 7 times 180. Joe, what's that? 7 times 180. 1260? Okay. All right, so it's 1260 degrees. Was that one of the ones you had on the homework? Okay. Is that why you said 9? Okay. So anyway, so there's 9 sides. It's 1260. Now that's the sum of the angles. What does that mean to 1260? Somebody explain it to me real quick. What does that mean when I say 1,260 degrees? Is that every single angle inside of there?
No.
What is it?
The average sum.
Is it the average? Not the average. It's the sum, which means what? In normal words? All added up. That's right. Okay, all the angles added up. Okay, it's the sum of all the angles added up. It's 1260. You with me? Let's say now that we had a regular polygon. What's the difference between just a normal everyday polygon and one that's a regular polygon? Isaiah, what is? All the sides are equal, and what else? All the angles are equal. Okay, that's the important part to what we're doing right here. That all the angles are equal. So it's a regular polygon. Okay, and one of the problems, or several of the problems on that worksheet you had last night, was to find not just the sum, but what? Each angle, right? Find each angle of a regular polygon. Agreed? Didn't you have some of those? Yeah. Let's pick one that's not in the worksheet. So let's say you had a regular polygon that was, I don't know, 17 sides. Joe, you got the calculator ready? Because I can't do this in my head. So watch. If I wanted to find each angle, so that means I have 17 angles, right? And I want to find what each angle is. So first thing I do is I find out what they all add up to be. So how do I do that? 17 what? Minus 2 times 180. Of course, that's 15 times 180. Joe? 2,700. All right. Came out nice and pretty. But is that the answer? Is that each angle is 2,700 degrees? No. What do we do with that 2,700? That's right. Divide it by what? 17, because you got 17 sides, which means you have 17 angles. Joe, give me that number. That's all right. It can be a decimal. 100 and what? 103? 0.58? 158.82? Okay, we'll just say it. We'll stop at 8. Okay? So watch. That right there is each angle. So if I had a 17-sided polygon, a regular one, right, which meant all the angles were equal and all the sides were equal, and I had 17 sides, doesn't even have a name because it's got so many sides, each angle would be 158.8 degrees. Okay, that math is correct. All right, that's what it would be right there. That's each angle. Make sure you read the problems carefully because some of those problems look very close to the same, don't they? So to find the sum of the angles, it's that big number, right? Each angle is going to be a lot smaller number. Yep.
Is that 103? Did you cross that out?
I crossed it out because I thought he said 103, but it wasn't. It's 158.8. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay. Now, that's the stuff we did yesterday. That was all review. Today is a little bit different. Let me start with this. Actually, before I do this, let's mention this. All the angles that we've talked about were what kind of angles? Interior angles. All right, so we've talked about all the interior angles. Now, we've talked about this at some other point. If I have interior angles, I also have what? That's what I'm going to concentrate on right now. Okay, so let's talk about the exterior angles of a polygon. So what I'm going to do, watch this. I'm just going to draw just a little section of a polygon. I'm not going to draw the whole entire thing out and close it all in. I'm just going to do one, right? Because this could keep going this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, and all the way around. Everybody with me on that? So all I did was just take one angle of the polygon. So which one would this be? Would this be the interior or the exterior? That would be the interior. Now, where would the exterior be? Well, if I took one of these sides and did what to it? Extended it, right? We'll extend it out like this. Then, so this one right here is the interior, and this one, we'll put two arcs here, is the what? Is the exterior angle. Everybody with me? Okay. Just for fun, let's just make up what this angle could be. Maybe 150, let's say. All right, let's say that's 150 degrees right there. That's right. So let's get rid of some of this junk.
What's it go down?
That's 12. And okay, so that's 150. Brett already said it. What's this angle right here going to be? It's going to be 30 degrees. And remember, see, this is like some kind of a polygon that keeps going like this, and I don't care how many sides it has. You follow me on that? All right, if one of the angles is 150, what's this exterior? It's 30 degrees. Tell me something about the exterior angle and the interior angle. They're supplementary. They add up to 180. Exactly right. So, right here, if you want, you could say that they're what? Supplementary. Okay? That's very helpful on what we're going to do. All right, so the interior angle of a polygon and the exterior angle, the one that's right next to it, okay, those are supplementary. It means they add up to 180 degrees. So if I wanted to, I'm not going to do this all the way through, but watch. What if I extended this side right here like this? So what would be true about angle 1 and angle 2? They're supplementary, right? Because it forms a straight line, doesn't it? All right, so they got to be supplementary. So the interior and exterior angles are all supplementary. You with me? Okay, good. Let's move on. Yeah, let's do this. I was thinking of doing something else, but I'll do this. Let's just draw a little triangle, okay? Nothing special. It's not like equilateral or equiangular or right or anything like that. Just a normal, everyday old triangle, okay? Now watch what I'm going to do. Let's just make up some angles here. This angle right here, that looks pretty close to 90. I would say that's around 80 degrees. Let's just eyeball these angles. What's this one look like? Maybe around, I don't know, 20, maybe 20, 30, something like that. We'll say that. So what would this one, if this is 80 and this is 20, what would this one be?
80.
It'd be 80, that's right. I tell you what, let's make this one 30 just to make this different. I just don't want them to be the same numbers. It really doesn't matter, but so if this is right, so if this is 80 and this is 30, that's 110. What's this one going to be? It's going to be 70. We good with that? Okay. What I want you to do is I don't want us to look now for the sum of the interior angles. I want to look for the sum of the, guess what? The exterior angles, okay? So let's do this. Let's take one of these sides. I can extend it this way or this way. It doesn't matter. Just extend it in one direction. I'll extend that side that way. Give myself a little more room. Let's take this, extend that one up like this, and take this third side and extend it out like this. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find the sum of the exterior angles. So before I add up all the exterior angles, I got to figure out what the exterior angles are equal to, right? Each one. So if I know this interior is 30, what's this one going to be? 150. Good, because remember they're supplements of each other. If this is 70, what's this one going to be right here? This is 110. Right? And this is 80, what's this exterior going to be? It's going to be 100. Somebody do this for me. Who's got a calculator? You don't even need a calculator. Do it in your head. Watch. 100 and 110 is how much? Is 210. 210 and 150 is 360. So the sum, right, when you add up, of the exterior angles is equal to what? 360 degrees. Okay? Just for fun, let's do another one. Let's do a quadrilateral. And it doesn't have to look like a square or a rectangle or anything like that. Just any old everyday four-sided figure. Okay? Again, let's try to estimate what these angles are. This maybe looks like around 60 degrees. This looks a little steeper, maybe about 70 or 80 degrees. I'll go 70. What's this one? It looks 95. Okay. Somebody do some math for me. Joe, what should they all four add up to be? 360. Four sides. So go 360 minus 60, which is what? 300. 300 minus 70, which is what? 230. 230 minus 95. Do it. 230 minus 95 is 135. Is that right? So this should be 135. Agreed? Okay. So we found the interior angles. We didn't find them. We just made them up, right? But we didn't just make up. I mean, they kind of look like they are, okay? And they do add up to 360, which they should, all right? So let's figure out what the exterior angles are. So let's extend this side. Let's extend this side, this one, and this one, okay? And let's find the exterior. So if this is 70, what's this one? 110. If this is 95, what's this one right here? 85? Okay. So this one's 85. This is 135. What's this one? 45? Okay. And if this is 60, what's this one? 120. Do me a favor. Add up all the exteriors. Wow. That's weird. Comes out to the same exact number as this one. So what do you think? I'm not going to take the time to do this, but what do you think if I had a five-sided figure? What do you think all the exterior angles are going to do? They're going to add up to 360. If you think about it, I don't want to get into a lot of detail on this, but watch. You're getting more and more angles, aren't you? And these interior angles are getting bigger and bigger. The more angles you have, the bigger your interior angles are going to be. But look at the exterior angles, though. The exterior angles keep getting smaller and smaller. Okay, the bigger your interior angles get, the smaller your exterior get, right? But if you got a whole bunch of them, and they keep getting smaller and smaller, they're all going to add up to the same number. And what's that number they all add up to be? 360 degrees. It doesn't matter. I could have 27 sides, okay? And what is the sum of the exterior angles of 27 sides? It's 360 degrees. I don't have to do any work. I don't have to go n minus 2 times 180. I don't have to do any of that. All I got to know is when I add up all the exterior angles, it's all going to add up to 360 degrees. Make sense? Okay, that's really helpful. That's going to be huge when it comes to doing some of these problems. Now, what's one of the problems that you weren't able to do last night? One said like the each exterior angle. Do you see which one that was?
Yeah,
Like 7 and 8? Okay, well, no, not 7 and 8. I'm looking at page 7. You should be able to do those. 7 and 8's the same kind of problem on the other side. What about, let's see, interior to interior. Oh, look at 14 to 16, page 7. Okay, it's the first side. Look at it. It says find the measure of each exterior angle. Okay, so yeah, it actually is very easy. So 14, it says it's an octagon. Okay, so an octagon is how many sides? 8 sides. So think about this. If all the angles add up to 360 degrees, we're talking exterior, okay? So I want to, what's it say to do? Find each exterior angle. That's what it asks you to do. So all the angles add up to 360, right? If there's 8 sides, there's 8 angles. This is a regular octagon, by the way. Okay, so 360 what? Divided by 8. Very good. Do you see the math? You just take 360 divided by 8. Simple. That's all you got to do. What's that number? 45. Okay, 45 degrees. Look at that. That's all you got to do. It's pretty easy, isn't it? Okay, so if I have a regular octagon and I want to find out what each exterior angle is, I can just take 360 and divide it by 8. Now, I could have done this. I could have found the interior angles, right, if I wanted to. And then, because what would the interior, I'm not going to draw the whole octagon, just for the sake of time. Actually, sorry, let's do it like this. No, that's right. That's fine. Okay, let's say this is the interior. I could have found the interior, right? I could have gone to n minus 2, watch. 8 minus 2. Joe, you ready with the calculator? 8 minus 2 times 180. So that's 6 times 180. What's 6 times 180? 1080. Okay. Now, that's what all the angles add up to, but then divide by what? 8. What's 1080 divided by 8? 135. Okay. So that's 135. But is that what they ask? No, they asked for the exterior. But look what I did. I found the interior. What's the exterior going to be? It's going to be a supplement to that, isn't it? So 135 and what else? 45. I could have done it that way. But look at all that mess. I had to figure out the sum. I had to divide. I had to subtract that from 180. Look at all the work I had to do. Or I could have just done what? This thing right there. And that's way easier, don't you think?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Can you do number 9?
We'll hang on. We're not going to do those right now because I just want to stick with the ones with the exterior angles. Okay. If you look at, let's see, should be able to do that one. Okay, look on page 8. Look at 4 through 6. So it's the page 8 side, and it's 4 through 6. So number 4 says, look at it. It says the measure of an interior angle of a regular pentagon is given. So it's 144 degrees, and that's a regular, that's the interior angle of a regular polygon, not pentagon. Did I say pentagon?
Yeah.
Okay, I meant polygon. All right, so it's 144 degrees, and that's a regular polygon. That's the interior angle. So that's inside a regular polygon, okay? You with me on that? So let's, again, draw this just little section like this. So right here is 144 degrees. It's a regular polygon, so it keeps on going. Problem is, I don't know what? How many sides I have. Okay, I don't know if it's an octagon. I don't know if it's a pentagon. I don't know if it's a hexagon. I have no idea what it is. Okay, but I do know that the interior angle is 144 degrees. This is the hardest part of the whole worksheet. I don't know if it's the hardest part. It's the one that you probably would not have gotten without my help today. Okay, so if this is 144 degrees, what we want to do is find out how many sides does it have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that exterior angle, because I know what all the exterior angles add up to be, don't I? So what's the exterior angle? If that's 144, what's the exterior angle going to be? It's going to be 36. And how did we do that again? We've done that several times today. Subtract it from 180, and that's 36. How in the world does that help us?
All the exterior angles add up to.
That's right. Exactly right. All the exterior angles add up to what?
360.
To 360. So what do I do with that 360 then? Divided by 36. That's right. Divided by 36. Because each angle is 36 degrees. This will tell me how many angles I have. Okay? Does it make sense? So 360 divided by, you can do this in your head, right? That's just 10. So how many sides does this thing have? It's got 10 sides. Technically, we found how many angles it has, but it has the same number of sides as angles. And that's a decagon, exactly right.
I knew this problem in a different way.
You can do it in a different way. There is a different way to do it, but it's a lot more complicated. Okay? So I thought about going over it with you, but I said, nope, I want to do it this way. All right? So you could have done it a way where you didn't even know what the exterior angle was. All right? I think that's way too complicated. I think this is the best way to do it. Okay? That's not hard, is it? So if I want to find out how many sides, if I know that angle is 36 degrees, then I just take 360, divide it by that 36, and I got how many angles I have. The number of sides is the same thing as the number of angles. We good? All right. I think that's good enough. Let me, we got a few minutes, don't we? Just not many. I got a few. Let me read off the answers to your worksheet, and then that's all I'll do today.